Hello and welcome. I'm Bonnie Libhart and you're watching Vision Plus here on TVN. And you know what? We have an opportunity tonight to give you some ideas of what perhaps you can get someone for Christmas. And also, we're going to be talking about giving in a lot of ways. You can cast your bread upon water and it'll come back to you, and we'll show you how, because you're going to learn about Operation Hope. And in just a moment, I'll be introducing you to someone perhaps you've met before, but she can tell us all about Operation Hope, how the name came, and how you can be involved in it. It's a very exciting thing that's happening here at Victory Network. There's some verses that confirm exactly what's happening here. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given. He who gives to the poor will not lack, but he who hides his eyes will have many curses. A present is a precious stone in the eyes of its possessor. Wherever he turns, he prospers. Isn't that exciting? A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Many entreat the favor of the nobility, and every man is a friend to one who gives gifts. Now let's find out how that can apply to you and to me. And the person you're to meet, in case you just moved to Huntsville, that's the only way that it will happen. I was talking to someone today, and he knew all about this person because he said, I live in Madison, I watch Victory Network. And the person you're meeting now is Vickie Tatum. Hi, Vickie.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hey, this is exciting to see what's happening here. Tell me about Operation Hope. First of all, how did you get up? What is Operation Hope?
Operation Hope is a store that we have upstairs at the Victory Network where we ask people to bring in toys, clothing, children's clothing, household items, various things like that, because in the past we've come across so many people that have needs, Bonnie. It's just amazing. And I'm not talking about people, drifters, and people under the bridge, and some say that some desire to do that. I find that hard to believe, but there may be some. But these are people that are like you and I, just through circumstances, have found themselves without a home, without a job, without money, without food. And Chuck and I, we talked about it. You know, Victory Network is run on a shoestring anyway. We don't know month to month what, you know, God always meets every need, but where it will come from. So we just sort of operate month to month, and we would run across people with needs, and though we would give them money for groceries and what we could out of our own pocket, we never had what they needed. And a lot of times, Bonnie, I called various churches and other organizations to try to get help for these people, and for one reason or another, it just wasn't available. And so
in fact, didn't just today you were able, that someone contacted you, and these are, as you say, are just people that are really wanting to do all they can. Mm-hmm. They're not the ones that the newspaper and the television's been talking about just recently about the welfare people. They're saying now they're talking about possibly they're going to have to work, which I think would be a good thing. But these are people who are, like Tony lost his job and was not able to get another job, and went for a long time, and we just did the best we could. And you know, when Emily was killed, how you guys came through, Victory Network, to people watching, came through. There are a lot of times, like, wasn't it a house that burned? Yes. That you were able to help the people. What did you do for that family?
Okay, well, that's who I'm working on right now. Everything they had was lost, and they have 3 children. And so this high chair you see right here, I don't think we can show it right now, but that will go to them, and we have a baby bed for them and baby clothes for the babies, and we have some children's clothes, but not too many. We have some household items, but not too many. So we're going to help them all we can with what we have here. But today, someone called me, someone that I knew, and they had not been working, and I could just tell something was wrong. And after coaxing them, they finally said, well, I haven't been eating too good. And after coaxing them, I found that because they had been out of a job, that they hadn't bought groceries in a long time, and they just, you know, they fall between the cracks, Bonnie. There are some people who doesn't necessarily qualify for government funding and for help through the missions and things such as that, but yet they're sitting there with no food. I know there was a time when, since we've had the television ministry, that Chuck and I had to leave our apartments because we couldn't pay our rent and we had nowhere to go and nowhere to put our furniture. So people like you and I have needs. And yet there's nothing out there to meet those needs. Now, some of the people we meet do not have a home, do not have a place to live, have children, have no food. And then some people are just people like you and me. And like you said, if Tony was out of a job for a length of time, there'll come a time.
You know, he started his own business and made it, but it took a year to get that off the ground. So all those
And there were times you had needs.
That's right. It's amazing, for instance, people who lose a job or there's a cutback and a lot of that is happening. These people are people who want to work. They want to do something.
Yeah.
And they have not been frivolous with their money. They have not... But yet at the same time they really have a need. So what all are the things that you can take in addition to the clothing? What other ways can you work? The clothing and the household items, the children's clothing, the children's furniture. In other words, what I understand is that people can bring these items here.
Yes.
And you have a storehouse for them.
I do. And also people can come and shop in this little store. And
that money, what does that money go to?
All right, that money will be put in a particular place for people who need food, and you can't store milk.
Perishables.
And so that money will be used to buy perishables with, or it may be used to pay someone's utilities, or it may be used to pay somebody's rent, either to keep them from being thrown out or to help them get a house if they don't have a place to live.
And gasoline to go look for a job.
Gasoline, like today I was able to take somebody enough money to get gas and to get groceries in their home. We didn't have groceries on hand yet because we're in the beginning, so we had to take them cash, but we were able to help them.
Let's look at some of the items that you have here. Now, this would be an item that was donated. This bicycle was donated. Let me see if I can get it a little bit closer, if possible. Let me just scoot it right over here. And this would be something that somebody could donate, something like this. And this one is available. Yes. And with a price tag of only...
Now I bought this at a yard sale.
Okay,
and I paid $10 for it. And I brought it and put it up in the storehouse, either to give someone for Christmas or to sell and
we hope
use
we
the
would
money
get more than $10 donated for it.
Yeah.
So that you...
but it's perfect shape. Look at it. It's a beautiful bicycle.
It's a beautiful bicycle. I mean, there's any child that doesn't have a bicycle would just love to wake up on Christmas morning and have this bicycle. So there's two ways it can be helped. One, a person could come here and donate money, purchase it for...
And the money will go towards helping
and
people.
They will have a wonderful bicycle for either that they could use themselves, or this would be a bicycle that they could donate. They could pay for it and then donate the bicycle to a family that won't have anything. That's right, for Christmas items.
Bonnie, sometimes Chuck and I lay in bed and we talk, and when we know about these needs, it's hard to sleep at night.
It is. It breaks
when
your
you know
heart.
that they're right here in our own city, right down the street, and they don't have a home to go to, and they have children. You know, the Bible says if you have two coats, to take one coat and give to someone who doesn't have a coat.
That's right.
And, you know, I can't sit and enjoy my luxuries knowing that there are people doing without, and not because they choose to, but because of circumstances, laid off, or there's many other circumstances that has caused, because I've talked with so many people, and just...
Sometimes they feel like they cannot afford insurance, maybe fire insurance or different insurance, and yet... I know one time my dad and mother felt like they couldn't afford insurance, and the store, paint and wallpaper store they had burned. They had no insurance because they, even though you think, well, insurance would have been so little compared to losing the whole thing, but there's just circumstances where there's no other dollar to buy that insurance, for instance. And so the store or the house or the home burns, and then there's not anything. So that's the kind of people we want to help. Let's look at some of the other items here.
These are little LA Gear.
Aren't they adorable?
They're just
For
they're
maybe
just so pretty.
possibly a 2 or 3 year old, somewhere in there.
Yeah, about, well, maybe a 2-year-old.
2-year-old
But
probably.
they are such nice shoes, and someone donated these. And
there's lots of shoes
these
there.
are some of the things that are found in the store. Now, as you see, these are men's shoes.
They look new.
And these are in the store. Now, these are 10 and a half, but you know, of course, the price is
Triple E. I know. Where's that size?
10 and a half D.
D. That's still a
But
nice
they're
one.
very nice shoes, and these are in the store. And here's some. I don't know what
I had
these
to
are.
put.
They're
they're
colorful.
just
They're
the
very
latest thing for the kids. Love
Okay.
those. Everybody does.
Okay, and
Little
these are
collar.
more toys here for the little babies. You know, you can buy toys
And the sweaters. There's a good selection of sweaters.
And this is the high chair that's going to the little baby and the family that got burnt out. It will go tomorrow.
I couldn't resist putting the red and the green, thinking of Christmas time. And if you
You're
could
too
pull
creative.
that yellow bonnet, doesn't that just look like snow time and babies and Christmas and winter time?
We have a part of the store that's donated to baby items and baby furnishings and little sweaters. And let's see, little dresses. And
That's red velvet. I think that would be wonderful from now on through the holiday season.
And of course, we have
Coats.
coats, as you'll see up
Dressy
here.
dresses.
Now, this is not junk. These is
are
really nice things. Now, that's a really nice warm winter coat. Next to it is a nice church dress. And then
The ski
jacket,
the ski jacket.
And we have conservative clothes, and we have not so conservative
And
clothes.
men's clothing.
Men's clothing.
Handsome suits and things like that. Plus, good warm. I saw a Mackinac, or whatever you call those heavy coats. It might have been ladies, but anyway, there's also some men's.
Yeah,
So they
and-
can come and look and purchase the items. And what's in the box there?
Oh,
behind?
the little shoes were in the
Oh,
box.
okay.
See, they're
All right.
they're so much like new. We just have them right here in the box. So though the items are used, they're certainly not all used up.
That's true. And some
very
of the
nice
items up there did look new, so you can bring new items. And
Right.
what are some that you had to quilts, or rather blankets and sheets and
Blankets,
pillowcases?
curtains,
Some pretty
sheets,
curtains I saw there. And so people can spruce up their home for the holiday season at a very low price, or if you know someone that could use those, that would be good.
Now, we ask people that bring in donations to Operation Hope to bring nice things.
Yes.
You know, God doesn't
if you wouldn't
bless
wear
us.
them, we
Right.
don't want.
God doesn't bless us for giving our junk to the poor.
No.
He blesses us when we give our other coat. Or when I know I went through my closet and I gave some of the beautiful things that I love, because that's where my blessing's going to come from, by giving the things that I would like to keep. And I even went through our pots and pans, and I gave half and kept half, and various things throughout the house. How can you enjoy those things if others are doing without and you're just sitting there hoarding them? So I can't do that. And but you know, you can't give to God and not be blessed.
We'd like to know of some items that people need, and possibly some items that people have that they can share with other people. So we have a truck, so we could,
And
if
we
we
have
knew
a
about it
van.
ahead of time, we could bring it and
And
actually go and get the items.
Yeah.
But it's
You know what
much
else we
better
do?
if they could bring them here.
Is on Saturdays I go to garage sales, and then if I see items that are real good and I know they'll get bought up, I go ahead and buy those, and then I leave my card and I ask the people if when they finished, if they didn't sell all their items, and if they didn't want to drag
And
it back in
there's
the
some
house, then
consignment.
we will come pick them up.
Sure. There are some consignment shops that will keep clothes only so long, and then they give them
Get
to
rid of
someone.
them.
So we just
We accept-
entreat the
yeah.
consignment shops and garage sales and
Right.
estate sales, and
Yeah.
just extra things. People that are moving into smaller places.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that I've seen, this was the first day I got to see Operation Hope, and I'm going to go home and go through things also. So that's
Okay.
going to be exciting.
Great time.
Now we have some other things. Tell us
Now,
about
these are gifts that we had during the telethon, and we had some left over. So during the holidays, they're going to make beautiful Christmas gifts. Of course, these are brand new. These are those beautiful
Let me put
Bibles. They're the beautiful gold leaves. I don't want to open it because it's brand new. And you can, it's genuine leather, and it's real soft. And see the size of it, it's just perfect for carrying. I just love my Bible like this.
Bible studies.
And so for anyone that gives a $100 donation to Victory Network through November and December, we're going to give these Bibles free, and they come in a box that you can gift wrap them, and you can bless the Lord's work. Or if you give to Operation Hope, we'll also, for $100, we'll give you this Bible for free, and it comes in burgundy and it comes in black.
And then these Jesus pens.
And then for someone that donates $25 or more, we're going to give you the Jesus pen, which would make a beautiful Christmas gift too. So for cash donations, we have gifts to give you, the Bibles, and for Christmas gifts that you may want to give to someone else. But we just pray that the people will respond to this. You know, Bonnie, when I couldn't get help for these people through various means, I said, well, okay, I'll just do it myself. And so people that have needs, they come in the store and they get the needs that they need.
How do you decide whether they're needy people or not, or just sponging off of Operation Hope?
Well, let me tell you how I feel, Bonnie. Okay. Some people are going to sponge off of you. So what?
That's right. So
is that going to keep you from helping the next people that are truly in need?
Absolutely not.
Sometimes you can't tell the difference. So what you do is you give them the Lord, and you give them in love, and if they take advantage of us, so what?
It's just like giving at church, giving the tithe. You don't know what all that money goes for, but you give as unto the Lord, and then it's their responsibility how they use that money. And
I've helped people, helped them get into an apartment, get furniture, even bought their underwear and gave them, and they just sat there for 3 months, and you know, we had to go pay 3 months, and they took advantage of us. But I could let that be a bad experience and say, well, they're just going to take advantage of me and not do anything again. Or I can say, well, they had a wonderful opportunity, and I'm going to give someone else another opportunity.
That seed was planted, and you never know what will happen down the road.
Right.
They'll say, you know, I did meet one person that was really, that it was real, and they did it for no reason other than love and to help other people.
But Operation Hope was named after Hope and Steve, who
were the first ones you helped.
We helped them, and we got them into...
It was not really the first ones you helped.
No, the first ones we helped ran out on us, okay?
But I mean, you've helped a lot of people over the last 75 years.
Right.
So, but the first one since you started this project.
Right, and Steve and Hope had 3 little children, and my son come out of a grocery store, and they were sitting on the side of the road with a car broken down, and he goes over to help them, and he finds out that they don't have a place to live, and they have just a few dollars left, so he took them home with him. And so I go visit his home, and here he is with 5 strangers in his house, and so,
plus he has 4
children of his own,
plus no wife at this moment.
So, oh, the babies were just beautiful, and they were sweet people. And I said, well, I'm going to help you, and I said, I'm doing it in the name of the Lord. And so we, through phone calls, we was able to give them a mobile home, and then through Christmas year-round, gave them some household items, and then people from the television audience brought pieces of furniture, and we were able to look here and there and buy this and go to garage sales, and their home is completely furnished. And then through my own closet, my daughter's closet, and some friends of mine in garage sales, they all have wonderful clothes now, and they both gave their heart to the Lord. Hope called me yesterday, and she had been praying, and she said, I was crying and praying to the Lord and thanking Him for everything He did for me. She said, I know He heard my prayers, because all of a sudden I just started laughing. And she said that was a sign that the Lord had heard her prayers. But they both are hungry for the Lord. They're in a Bible study. They're in church. And now Hope is the reason we named Operation Hope after Hope, because
that's her name.
Her name is Hope, and their whole life has been turned around, and they know it was God, and now they're serving God.
Wow.
And it's just such a wonderful testimony, and to think we could do this for people, that they can really see God working and give their life to Him. And in turn, Hope is going to work in Operation Hope, and she's going to be the one that will be helping the people. that are coming in. So that's
she's going to
what
be
a
able
testimony.
to give back to this whole Operation Hope by being there to kind of manage and coordinate everything.
And it was through them that caused me to go ahead and start this, because it was so hard trying to get help.
Kind of been in your heart for several years, though.
Oh, it's been, read Isaiah 58, you know, and God gave us 58.
Yes.
So we've always helped people on an individual basis when we run across them, because what you just read, God knows that we know. You know, we can pretend like we didn't see, but we can't fool God, and God knows we know. And He told us to feed the hungry, house the homeless. He said, bring them home with you. House them, clothe the naked, feed the hungry. He says that's what He's called the church to do, and that's what we're supposed to do. So we've always helped out of our own pocket and what Victory Network could do on its own, but now I'm setting up Operation Hope so that whatever the needs may be, that we'll be able to do that. And I do ask these people to get in a Bible study, and we've started a Bible study on Friday nights, Bonnie. Oh, the Lord is moving in this Bible study, and it's for people that we help, and other people too, to come in, because, you know, you can help the outside, but if the inside's not touched and changed, they'll be right back in that shape again.
You know, it's not just the people that need help financially that's there.
Right.
You have some people that are well-to-do, actually wealthy, and they are just spiritually poverty-stricken and are just like a sponge, just lapping it up. From one person that you'd helped called me the next day and said, I am so glad you introduced me to Vickie and Chuck. Oh, they prayed with me till midnight last night. And oh, it was just so. Let me just read some of this. This is Isaiah 58. Cry aloud, spare not.
Start around chapter 6 and 7, and that'll tell you what God's. Is this the fast that we have chosen? That's what Jesus is saying. After He says what the church does, church as usual, you know, you fast for this and debate and stuff like that. That's not the fast I call. And then He says, this is the fast I call, around 6 or 7.
Right.
And that's what He tells us to do.
And
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. And this, cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, the house of Jacob their sins.
God gave us that the first week of
Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness and forsake
that's
not
church
the
as usual. That's what the church is doing, and that's these are the things He's saying. You fast and all, and you say, why don't I hear my prayers? He says, because that's not the fast I've chosen. And then about 6. Verse 6.
Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, that you break every yoke? Break every yoke. Oh, that's so exciting. We can just
keep reading.
Every time I think of that, I think about, we see the pictures of the oxen, and they have those yoke on, and people have yokes on them of burdens that they just feel they cannot get free from them. And it says, is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh. So it's not just, people sometimes think we got the Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday, and there's sometimes a lot of family bickering that goes on at this time. But we need to just let all of the barriers go down and forget everything that's happened before. That's right. And that includes our own flesh. So people who are having...
Help your family.
Yes, help your family.
See, if these people that we are helping, if their family would help them and stick with them, then they wouldn't be out there home.
Absolutely. Then, oh, this is so exciting. Shall thy light break forth as the morning? After the rain and the storm, and you get up the next morning and the sun breaks loose. Oh, it's so wonderful. And that's exactly what will happen after the fast, and you give to your bread to the hungry and bring the poor to your house. Thine health shall spring forth speedily.
Praise God.
Amen. Hallelujah.
That's why I'm so healthy.
God, that's right. I am healthy, and thy righteousness shall go before thee, and the glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer, and thou shalt cry.
Read that again.
Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer.
And he'll say,
I tell you, thou shalt cry, and he says, here I am. If thou take away thy midst, out of the midst of thee the yoke, and putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity. Sometimes I think we have to actually just really take authority over what Satan is trying to steal from us, and we have to see it before it happens. Before thy call, I will answer, he says. Yes. Calling into being those things which are not as if they were. We call the cars repaired, the appliances repaired, and when Satan steals, it's got to come back to you sevenfold, sevenfold. Right. And so as you are giving out to the other people, Vickie, those things are going to come back to you sevenfold, because Satan is trying to steal all of that.
Since we've started this Operation Hope, and since we started the Bible study, the enemy came in and attacked everything we had. He had electrical surge that blew every appliance we had in our house out. Our cars broke down. It's just like, well, you want to give this away? I'll wipe you out. And but like you said,
Satan owes.
He owes me sevenfold.
Amen. And even to 100-fold.
That's right.
That's right.
He's going to give them back. He has to.
And it says, if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, which you did, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday. See, obscurity is, you don't know where it's going to come from, but you know it's going to come. You know it's going to come. And the Lord shall guide thee continually and satisfy thy soul in drought. Oh, Vickie, he's talking to you.
About your children.
And make thy bones fat, and thou shalt be like water, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. They shall raise up the foundation.
They that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
And many generations thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, and the restorer of the paths to dwell in. Oh, that's
what I want to be called, don't you?
Absolutely, the restorer of the breach. So we're just asking you to help Operation Hope, because it's going to bless you so much. Like, I know that Chuck and Vickie are going to be blessed so much as a result of their helping and founding Operation Hope, that will help many people that walk through these doors and that watch just flipping across the television screen, and they hear about it, and they're going to, we don't know, it's coming out of obscurity. Oh, Vickie, thank you very much for starting Operation Hope.
We especially need food.
Need food. And, of course, cash with 3 references. So we just ask the Lord to bless you, and for you to bless Operation Hope, and it can start with you tonight. Call 4618148 and say, I am going to help Operation Hope, and follow through with it. I'm Bonnie Libhart along with Vickie Tatum, and Operation Hope is here at Victory Network. 4618148. God bless you for watching.